I'm so thankful just to see another day. Things aren't perfect. They're not exactly what I want them to be right now. And I definitely don't have all the things I want to have. But despite all that, I'm thankful that I'm still here. I have another opportunity, another day to live, another chance to contribute, another chance to make a difference in this life. Do you ever stop and think about how ridiculously impossible it is to even become a human being? The odds are astronomical. Yet, here I am. Here you are. We won the cosmic lottery, and I have other good things going for me, just by virtue of being human, and I'm just so grateful for that. So often we get stuck dwelling on what we don't have, comparing our lives to some imaginary ideal, instead of looking at what we do have. You are alive against stupendous odds. You're breathing air, you're observing sunsets, you're gazing into the night sky. The vast majority of potential people who could have existed will never, ever experience that. I have to constantly remind myself of this. I'm not yet where I want to be, but I know, deep down, that I'll get there. It's a journey. The most important thing is this. I'm not where I want to be, but I am so grateful, so incredibly grateful, that I'm not where I used to be. That progress is everything. I have a little ritual. Every morning, before my feet even hit the floor, I find 10 things to be grateful for. 10 things. And here's the catch. They can't be things that cost money. This practice is especially powerful when I'm feeling strained or stressed. I just run through my gratitude list, because gratitude will reduce stress all day long. It's a superpower. True happiness only requires one thing, that you are grateful. You could have $1 billion, 3 beautiful children who adore you, a wonderful partner. It doesn't matter what you have on the outside if you're not grateful on the inside. Think about your emotional home. If you live in a habitual state of worry or frustration, then your life is called worry and frustration. It's that simple. But when you shift your perspective, when you start to see gratitude and opportunity everywhere, life becomes fun. It becomes an adventure. You get to decide every single day. Are you going to dwell on the negative and play defense, just trying to prevent bad things from happening? Or are you going to see the opportunity, be grateful for the chance, and go on offense, actively creating the life you want? I'll say it again, because it's so important. I am not where I want to be, but I am so grateful I am not where I used to be. There's a power in that. It builds a kind of inner strength, a fortress around you. I tell myself, if you didn't make me, you can't break me. If you didn't make the sun come up this morning, you can't stop me from rising. If you didn't make the moon shine at night, you can't stop me from shining. My purpose, my will, my dedication, my motivation. It's all about doing the business of living, of growing, of becoming. Because that's what I'm about. I'm about that life. I'm about that business. And you have to stay grateful. You can't take a single thing for granted. We live in a world with so much abundance, so much opportunity. And yet too many people are crying about what they don't have, instead of being deeply, profoundly grateful for what they do have. The air in your lungs, the food on your table, the people who love you. Do all you can, with your own power and with the help of others who love you, to maximize what you can be, what you can think, what you can learn, how you can love. Whatever it is you've got, use it. Don't let it go to waste. Here's a hard truth. Why do we hear so many tragic stories about rock stars, famous actors, people we see as being at the absolute apex of success? Why is there so much darkness, addiction, and despair happening at the highest levels of achievement? It's because external success doesn't equal happiness. It never has, and it never will. That's not the equation. So you have to ask yourself, what is happiness for you? It starts inside. Your mind, your emotions, your body. You have 100% control over what you do with these things. That's the real game. That's where life is won or lost. You win the inner game first, and then you win the outer game. So many people spend their entire lives trying to win the outer game, chasing money, fame, and status. Some of them even win. They get everything they thought they wanted, and they're miserable. They won the battle but lost the war for their own happiness. The game is won within. So take a moment. Look at your life as you look into the future, and ask yourself some honest questions. What fears am I holding on to? What fears am I allowing to imprison me, keeping me from breaking out and living fully? What's keeping me from living up to my true potential? What's keeping me from being truly happy, from having a sense of adventure and excitement in my life? Your answers to those questions hold the key. Face them, work through them, and choose gratitude. Choose to see the opportunity. Because you are here, you are alive, and that is the greatest gift of all. What's keeping you from controlling your own destiny? It's the fears that you're giving permission to. Notice what I said. We must give our permission to fear to immobilize us. Because whatever discomfort you experience, whatever challenges or difficulties you face, you've got to handle them. You've got to go in there and wrestle with it. Will it be easy? No. Will it be challenging? Yes. But you must see yourself confronting your fears, handling your fears. You are more than able. Let's do a quick check-in. Where have you been up to this point? Look at your life. Look at what you've produced. Is it giving you what you want? Are you living on purpose? Are you living your dream? Are you acting on your ideas? Are you truly doing all you can do? Or have you gotten comfortable? Are you procrastinating? Are you evading your own greatness? Ask yourself, are you surrounding yourself with people that nourish you? Are you challenging yourself? Are you experimenting? Are you learning something different? Is your life an adventure, or is it boring? Where have you been? When you're pursuing your greatness, you live from a place of willingness to live life courageously. You have to be willing to take chances, to become a risk taker, to make an impact. You have to go beyond believing to knowing. To feel within yourself there's some cause there, something that's bigger than you, but knowing you're never alone in facing it. See, a lot of us don't have the courage, and that's what it takes, courage. It takes guts to do that which you know you need to do. If you don't have the courage to act, life many times will move on you and make you act. Life will whoop your butt so bad you will be so miserable. You will catch so much hell that you'll finally say, yes, I will do it. What do you want me to do? Take me. You've got some idea, some dream that you might have to go back and brush off. Look at it again and say, I've got to do this. This is my stuff. This is what I'm supposed to do. This is why I showed up. So where are you going with your life? What decisions are you making right now as you look into the future? It's necessary that you get outside of your comfort zone. It's necessary that you develop new relationships where you can learn from people. It's necessary that you do the reading, that you do the research. If you're already involved in some business, it's necessary that you don't get satisfied with where you are. If you want to make it today, it's necessary for you to constantly look for ways to get better. Not only is it possible for you to have your dream, and it's necessary for you to challenge yourself to go after it to get better, and to leverage relationships that can help you get where you want to go. But it's you. The major key to reaching your dream, to living up to your greatness, to making your contribution, is you. There's a cycle to life. Good times create weak people. Weak people create bad times. Bad times create strong people. And strong people create good times. My whole thing is this. Leaders anticipate, losers react. If you can anticipate what's coming, you can really take advantage. If you wait until it hits you, you're in trouble. The biggest problem people have is they think they're not supposed to have any problems. Problems are the fuel for growth. If you don't have any problems, you're either a liar or you might call them challenges because it feels better. I understand that. But anyone who does not have problems is either totally asleep at the wheel or they do not have much of a life. It's not about just being successful. It's about fulfillment. And fulfillment is living what you're made for. It's not a lack of confidence that holds you back. It's a lack of mission. I love winning. I love being the best at what I do, so I'm not going to settle for less than that. Why would I? Think about Michael Jordan making 1,000 shots before taking a break. You look at Jordan, or you look at LeBron, or you look at anybody who's the best in the world at what they do, and you might think, wow, aren't they lucky? But if you actually study them, you'll see they're doing things, they're practicing in private, things that make them certain in public. And they get rewarded for what they do in public. You've got to do the same. The secret is they've embraced that it's not always going to be perfect. You're going to mess up. You're going to forget that brilliant line you really wanted to say. But the moment you stop focusing on yourself and put all your energy on the audience, on who you're serving, everything starts to change. There's a saying, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. It's a fundamental shift in your identity. It's not a one-time thing. It's what you do every single day, 6 days a week. And what really matters? Your body, your energy matters. Because if that energy is low, everything I'm saying is worthless to you. When you're low energy, you can't access your full intelligence or your full ability. You need that drive. You need that vitality. And with energy comes emotion. If you don't know how to master your emotions, you're at their mercy. Emotions start wars. Emotions create peace. Emotion is what can make your business work or fail. Most people have no idea how to direct their own emotions. They're just reactive. So you have to be conscious about feeding your brain. Feed it things that give you not only inspiration, but also insight, skills, and tools. It might sound counterintuitive, but difficult times are often the best times for growth. Did you know that 68% of the Fortune 1000 companies were started during a recession or a depression? Think about that. When everyone else is pulling back in fear, that's when the real opportunities appear. This is because the greatest skill you can master is the ability to recognize patterns. When humanity first recognized the pattern of the seasons, the entire world changed. We went from being hunter-gatherers, constantly moving and exposed to the elements, to saying, wait a second. If we plant in the springtime, protect our crops in the summer, and reap the harvest in the fall, we can store enough to live through the winter. This single pattern recognition created communities, which eventually grew into cities, states, and countries. It transformed everything. What will change your life is realizing there's also a set of seasons in your own life. And understanding these patterns gives you immense power. Think of it this way. From birth to around age 21 is your springtime. In springtime, things grow easily. As a kid, growth feels natural. Life is supporting you, teaching you, sharing with you. It's a time of planting seeds, learning, and absorbing everything you can. Then, from about 21 to 42, you enter your summer. This is where you step into the real world. Now you have to test everything you learned in your springtime. You experiment, you figure out what's real, you work hard under the sun. It's a time of intense action, of building, of turning potential into reality. It's an incredibly important stage of life. From around 42 to 63 is your autumn, your reaping time. This is the power season of your life. If you worked hard in the spring and the summer, if you planted good seeds and nurtured them, autumn is when you harvest the rewards. This is when you truly become a leader, when your influence is at its peak. Your wisdom and experience come together to produce your greatest results. And then, if you're lucky, you enter your winter, from 63 to 83, and maybe even to 103. This is the final, extended season where you get to be the mentor. You get to share your wisdom. You get to make a difference in a new way, guiding the next generation. And maybe, toward the end of your life, if you've looked out for others, people will look out for you. That's the beautiful cycle of life. But what if your seasons get disrupted? What if you're born in 1910? World War I ends, the world looks great. New technology like cars and radios are emerging. It feels like an explosion of abundance, a perpetual springtime. But then what happens? The Great Depression hits. Winter arrives when it should be summer. This is the key. You have to know what season you're in. Not just your personal season of life, but the economic and cultural season around you. Are you in a time of growth or a time of challenge? Is it time to plant and expand? Or is it time to be conservative, protect your resources, and prepare for a tough winter? The people who succeed, the people who thrive no matter what, are the ones who can identify the season they're in and act accordingly. They don't try to plant seeds in the snow. They don't get lazy during the harvest. They recognize the patterns and align their actions with the reality of the moment. So, ask yourself, what season am I in right now? In my life, in my career, in the world? Once you have that clarity, you'll know exactly what you need to do to not just survive, but to truly prosper. Imagine being a kid in the roaring 20s. You're 14, 15 years old, and you can't wait to get a car and experience the world. But what happened when that generation came of age? By the time they were 19 or 20, it was 1929. The Great Depression hit. People were jumping out of buildings, the Dust Bowl was devastating the land, and nobody had a job. It was horrific. And just when you think they might get a break, they turn 29, and it's 1939. The world is on the brink of another war. It literally looked like the world as we knew it was over. This is what gives me so much optimism for everyone watching. Winter isn't forever. No pandemic lasts forever. Everything changes, and everything ends. And the good news about winter is that it's always followed by springtime. What follows the night? The daytime. It's a perfect system. Now, how do we build the strength to get through our own winters? It starts with taking control of your brain the moment you wake up. The first thing I do every single morning is jump into freezing cold water. It never feels good getting in, but getting out, you feel incredible. I do it for a specific reason. To train my brain that when I say now, it means now. When I say go, we go. I don't hesitate because it's cold. I've trained my brain that this is how we operate. If you teach your brain to do the hard thing first thing every day, it will do it for the more difficult and important things in life. The essence is changing my state radically. I do 3 things to make sure my brain is primed for success. Most people don't realize they're being primed all the time by their environment. Unless you prime yourself, you're going to be primed by everything else. So, I take control. First, I take 3 minutes and focus on 3 events in my life I'm grateful for. I usually pick 2 big ones and 1 small one. Maybe something as simple as the smile on my daughter's face. This literally changes your biochemistry. Then I do a quick 3-minute blessing for myself and others. Finally, the last 3 minutes are my 3 to thrive. I focus on 3 things I want to accomplish, but I don't just think about them. I see, feel, and experience them as if they are already done. I feel grateful and celebrate it. In just 10 minutes, I've completely rewired my mindset for the day. The next thing I do is immediately send a sincere compliment to someone. Not just, hey, great job, but something specific. I saw you take that extra 20 minutes with those kids on Tuesday when no one else did. I just want you to know I saw that, and it was incredible. This forces me to constantly look for the good in people around me. And then, I tackle the most challenging part of my day. Whatever I don't want to do, I do it first. Because what's the story we all love? It's the comeback story. It's Rocky. It's that moment you step back up and take control. There's a saying, good times create weak people. Weak people create bad times. Bad times create strong people. And strong people create good times. The fact that you're still alive, still here, even though it's been challenging and rough, means you have a purpose. You will grow through what you go through. Don't be sad. Be grateful. Don't dwell. Do. Don't complain. Create. We've got this. As long as there's breath in your lungs, there's hope in our hearts. Giving up is not an option. No matter your storm, your struggle, your trauma, or your scars, you are not a product of your past. You are a product of how you navigate through the storm. We're all waiting for perfect, but perfect is an illusion. It's an excuse to never show up and play. Your story is not meant to be your fortress. It's meant to be your fuel. You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind. That dream you have isn't going to wait for you. It's daring you. Catch me if you can. You have to block out the noise that tells you can't do it. Just believe that you can. Tell yourself, I am more than my circumstances. I am more than my demons. I am great, and I will give my gift to the world because this is what I was born to do. Go get it. If you want to see a breakthrough, you have to be okay with the process it requires. The one thing you need to do to go where you've never gone before is to change the way you think. Too many people are on the edge, watching someone else live their life, wondering what it would be like to jump, but never jumping. I'm here to tell you, jump. Believe it's possible for you. When challenges come, accept them and go through them. Stop thinking about the negative. Stop talking about the negative. Ask yourself, what would amazing look like for me? As long as your heart is pumping, you're not done yet. Make every breath count. Continue to pursue your purpose, because every single one of us was born to not just exist, but to experience life and leave our fingerprints on history. If you're struggling, if you're frustrated, if you're sick of your own excuses, I've been there. We've all been there. It's a normal part of the human experience. At some point, Either the pain will get big enough, or you'll encounter someone's story that ignites something in you. And what's often missing is hope. When you're stuck in a downward spiral, whether in your head or in your actions, you don't believe anything will make a difference. But what if this is the time it sticks? What if you go to therapy and actually change? What if you could recover from that toxic relationship? What if you could get out of debt? If that other person did it, maybe you can too. Without hope or that rock-bottom moment, change is difficult. The obstacles, the friction, that's what makes you better. But what happens when you become successful? The friction lessens. Your discomforts become minor. The fridge is always full. A massage is a phone call away. You have to intentionally go back and visit that place of discomfort. Not to stay there, but to visit, to remember, so you can raise your level. As you work on yourself, you'll realize your dreams have immense value. Your hunger for them will push you past your fear. You have a miracle working power within you to create change. Don't let anything hold you back. When we learn to make choices that will measurably pay us back, giving us more residuals for a longer time, we start to fall into that wise place of being able to navigate the art of living. Life becomes a little bit more of a dance. Imagine you're sitting on the edge of the bed, trying to have an honest dialogue with yourself. A little voice says, "You know, it's pretty disgusting in here." You might think, well, I'm way above such trivial niceties as organizing my room. But that's pride. That's arrogance. If you're above organizing what's actually yours, how in the world are you ever going to organize anything else? So, you get on your knees, and you think, well, it's time to take a brush to the toilet. And maybe that's where you start, and that works. It really works. You start making those micro improvements. Real, on the ground, actual micro improvements to things you know are wrong. You'll improve unbelievably rapidly, but you need hope. You need that breakthrough where you have, for just a millisecond, this insight where you go, well, what if things did work out? If you don't have that moment, most people stay so stuck in resignation. There are so many people that are not aware of how much better, and how much more present, and how much more joy they could experience in their life. See, when you are not filling your life with the things that you are capable of doing, we all have some stuff that we've been given. I don't think that it's optional for us to sit on what we have. If you're sitting on what you've been given, and I think everybody's been given something to bring to the planet that only you can do, that only you can perform, that only you can initiate. And if you don't do that, if you're not filling your life with your life's work or your mission, then there are gaps. And what we do when we're not living out our true identity, we begin to fill the gaps. We fill the holes with garbage. Remember this, success is getting what you want, but fulfillment is living what you're made for. This is about your dreams. Can you train your brain to appreciate? Because in the middle of whatever you're pissed off about, or frustrated, or fearful about, or worried about, you're deleting all the things you could be grateful for. You could appreciate that are absolutely real. You must be your own motivator. You build yourself up. And that's the thing with the mind. You do not experience life. You experience the life you focus on. That's it. In order to achieve greatness, you must first believe you can. What's the biggest challenge that most individuals have? It's belief. They don't believe. It's all mental, and people don't get it. Everybody wants to say, okay, here are 10 steps to this, or 8 steps to that. Everyone's trying to get the steps without the mentality. You have to recognize the potential in yourself and love yourself enough to make the changes that produce the best possible version of yourself. When someone says, no matter what happens, whether it succeeds or fails, I'm going to be by your side. That's when you have the confidence to do difficult things. It's the people in your life. So how do you overcome self-doubt? You help someone else overcome theirs. You have to genuinely love and commit to helping that person. It's not selfish. It's about connection. And this internal drive, it's not the car, the house, or whatever. It's that internal goal, that internal why. For me, I just think that's it. It's something within you that you've got to pull out. It's easy when you have a why, a purpose. I'm doing it for this, I'm doing it for that. It's easy to get up and get going. But if it's just for a car, what happens when you get the car? You can buy it. What happens when you get the house? You can buy it. The only reason you're not the best right now is because you don't believe you're the best. You can learn all the techniques in the world, but if you don't believe in yourself, it won't happen for you. You have got to stand up to that negative voice in your head. You've got to sell yourself every day on your abilities, on what you're doing, on the goal that you want to reach. Every single day. Because according to your level of belief, it will manifest itself in what you're doing. Whatever we have right now, whatever we're demonstrating in our lives, is a result of what we believe subconsciously that we deserve. And part of increasing that belief level is that you have got to convince yourself every day. You have to say, I believe I'm the best. And don't apologize for it to anybody. Think, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. You have to believe it. You have to embody it. And when you truly believe it, you'll do whatever it takes. You'll scratch, you'll claw, and you'll find a way to make it happen. It all starts with you. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, like and subscribe for more.